Hey, it's Bill, and here's my thoughts on 6-3 Rangers defeat over the Leafs. Well, I'm back. You can see how excited I was by how well the Leafs played last night. I'm going to try to keep my voice too down or whatever, but I'll give you my thoughts. But let's just go over, I didn't do a game review for 34, 35, 36. I'm not going to apologize. They were horrible games. I don't care what the score was. Don't give a crap that they won 2 of those 3 games, and they actually won the game that they shouldn't have, and then they lost the game that they should have won based on play. It's classic Leafs, and plus it was at night, so I had to videotape the game and watch it in the morning, so I was behind, and I obviously have to go to bed early when they're on West Coast trips for get my beauty sleep. It's very important to me, and you can tell by the results of how that it's been a very effective getting my beauty sleep. But getting up in the morning and watching the game in an hour, probably, I don't have to listen to commercials or intermissions with talking heads that have no idea what they're talking about, or listen to, I don't know, whoever it was, Ray Ferraro or whoever, the bloody color commentator who thinks that they know what the game is and then yip and yap and just talk to hear themselves talk. Didn't have to put up with that, so it was nice. I'll give you that point. But again, I get it. So the last 4 to 5 games, the Leafs have had at least a 3-1 lead and they've blown it. Okay, so last night, same as the last 4 games. Play a good first period. First period was solid. It was a solid first period. Really nothing to be seen here. The Leafs are playing well. They get a couple, you've got a great pass from Nylander to Marner on the power play. He scores his first goal in 101 games on a power play. 11 million, obviously it is well deserved. I get it, he passes, but who pays for the pass? You want a goal scorer, or do you want a ballerina passer? Anyways, he did score, but it was a hell of a pass by Nylander to get that goal. So congratulations, Mitch. You're 1 for 101, which used to be my batting average a long time ago in a certain category. I'll leave that to you to figure out. Okay, you get the first goal. Again, Mikheyev on fire. That's a nice play. I don't care what anyone says. That's a nice play. I know he stepped on a stick because that's classic Mikheyev, but stick between the legs, popping it in. Nice goal, and then you get a really nice bounce for Bunting, and you're up 3. You're up 3-1. Okay, well, we can talk about the goal. The goal was caused because the fourth line just dominated the defense. Dermott got knocked off the puck. Viega went too far over, and they passed it over, and it went in the net. It's 3-1. Okay, you've got a bad play. Dermott made a mess of what should have been an easy situation, which pretty much every goal started with what should have been an easy situation tonight, except for the empty netter, I guess. But what should have been an easy situation turned into a goal. But you're 3-1 going into the second period against the Rangers. You were 3-1 going into the third period against the Vegas Knights. You were dominating the Coyotes and made it 1-1. You played a great first period against the Blues. And then what do? You don't show up for the second. Now, I've heard every pundit go on about the defense, and you can go back to my first effing video. Go back to game 1, and I told you. Now, I hear this nonsense. This is my favorite nonsense. If Hull and Muzzin were in the lineup, go. Are you on crack? You think this results any different with Justin Hull and Jake Muzzin in the lineup? Because last time I checked, maybe I'm a moron, they were in the game against Colorado. They were in the game where they blew the lead against the Vegas Knights. One of them was in and cost them a lot of goals against the St. Louis Blues. They were going to stop this? They're awful. I heard someone say we have 3 defense on the team. We don't have 3 defense on the team. Are you kidding me? Who's the third defenseman? Yes, the defense was awful last night. But don't tell me that Muzzin and Hall are the saviors of everything, and they would have been in the lineup, that the game would have been won. The game would have ended, let me help you with the score, the game would have ended 6-3. You've watched Hall and Muzzin play all year. If you haven't watched them play, a couple of these pundits that are so smart, and I even heard Keith tell me, oh, we're missing Muzzin and Hall. Are you kidding me? Watch the St. Louis game for Muzzin and watch the Vegas game for Hall. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what I'm missing. I went back through it. Muzzin's been on for more than 50% of the goals against on this team this year. We're missing him? We're missing that guy? The guy who's supposed to be tough and ain't? The guy who comes with his great pedigree, but I've watched him and he stinks? Or Justin Hall, who has the exact same problems trying to get it out of the zone as Biega had trying to get it out of the zone, or Liljegren has it getting out of the zone. Muzzin and Hall are not the answers. Go back to my video, game 1. Let's talk about really what happened. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's cut the nonsense. The other one I hear is, well, Jack Campbell. Go back, I want to say maybe game 13 review, 14, somewhere around there, where I said Campbell's standing on his head, and the minute he doesn't stand on his head, people are going to chirp him. Is it his fault? No. Name the second goal, maybe. The second goal, maybe. Puck got bounced off the net. Crazy bounce. And honestly, I thought Sandin the Bed didn't play horribly on that. He did make at least the announcer got that. I think it was Elliot Friedman. At least he took the stick. Just Reeves is bigger and badder than him. And he pops one over the top. Like, that's a fluky goal. I'm sorry. It's not, the Leafs have scored a lot of fluky goals, so we can't sit here and go, oh, that was a goal like Mikheyev got against Binnington. It's the same nonsense. Okay, it's 3-2. It's not the end of the world. And let's not talk about, well, let's talk about it now. The real cause of this, you are up 3-1. You are up 3-2. You have your fourth line on, and you're trying to do crazy moves at the red line. Giving it away at the red line. Why? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me check up Kyle Clifford's stats this year. Oh. Let me see how Jason Spezza, who's been awful for about a month and a half, where are the announcers on this one? Let's see his stats in the last month and a half. Oh. Let me check Wayne Simmons' stats for the last little bit. Huh. You're up 3-2, or you're up 3-1 at this time. What the F are you trying to do crazy moves at the friggin' neutral zone? You hand it over, and you put, I think it was Dermott again, to get destroyed. And you got Sandin trying to play Reeves. That's just not possible. It's not. The Leafs know when they go into the game, they don't have these tough defensemen out there. Your fourth line, get the goddamn puck deep. What the are you trying to do crazy moves at the red line for? Oh, let's do a reverse pass. Let's behind the back pass. By the way, way to come back, fourth line. Let's talk about the third goal. I know every announcer is going to say, Liljegren. Liljegren made the mistake. And yes, he did make a mistake. He tried to do more than what he's capable of. Oh, imagine a young defenseman doing that. You would never see that. I've never seen that before. Oh, where were the forwards? Third goal. Tell me where the forwards were. You've got Liljegren. This is not Paul Coffey back there. This is not Adam Fox that's on the other team back there. This is Timothy Liljegren. And the forwards blew the zone quicker than you blow a birthday cake out to get at the chocolate. Where was Tavares? Where was Nylander? Where was Kerfoot? They were near their defenseman. Oh, well, let's continue on with the play. It gets handed over. Okay? Horrible turnover. Let me remind everyone, the Leafs are up 3-2. You're not losing the game. You're winning the game. Your forwards have all busted. Now, the guy who scores the goal, Adam Fox, is the farthest to the Rangers net than any Leaf. He's playing defense. Imagine that. He's playing defense. Liljegren turns it over. Now, here's what Adam Fox does. He goes, oh, opportunity. You know why? Because they're down 3-2. Let's go. We got a turnover. Here's how Tavares and Kerfoot handled the situation. Oh, I guess I gotta go back in my zone. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Back into my zone. Getting paid $11 million because I'm John Tavares. And I'm just up at 3-2. And I'm supposed to be this great defensive forward because I get paid $11 million. And here I go, back into my zone. Take the screwdriver. The guy who was the closest to the Rangers' net scored the goal on a turnover. Granted, it's a horrible turnover. I get this. I'm not taking Liljegren and saying, oh, it's not Liljegren's fault. Yeah, he made the turnover. But for God's sakes, on the defensive side of the puck, you're up 3-2. This is what I don't understand about this team. Why are you trying to make it 4-2, 5-2, 6-2? Why blow this? If it's in their zone, give her. You're trying to get it out of your zone. You have not cleared your zone yet, and you're winning the game 3-2. That is John Tavares, $11 million player, back check. How'd you like that? Oh, would you like to know what John Tavares' stats were last night? Dominated, -3. Your $11 million player, dominated. Yes, I didn't think Marner, I didn't think Matthews played well. They didn't. Honestly, I thought it was the worst game I've seen Matthews play in a while. And you take away Marner's goal. He killed some nice penalties. I'll give him that. He kills penalties. But slightly better than Tavares. Tavares was god-awful last night. Tavares has been god-awful for about 2 months. Or sorry, 1 month. My apologies. Watch him play. He's been god-awful. So you can put this on the defense. You can put this on the goalie. Whoever puts it on the goalie, you're nuts. Yes, the defense is awful. But who didn't know the Leafs defense was awful going into last night? Put your hand up if you thought, oh, good. We've got it. Even if you had Hull and Muzzin in the lineup, I don't care. Take out Biega and take out whoever the hell you want. You put Hull and Muzzin in the lineup. Put your hand up who thinks this is a good defense. Anyone? What we need to do is duplicate TJ Brodie 5 more times. Then, at that point, and you still don't bust the net when you got a lead, but you'd be more comfortable back there. Brodie's really the only legitimate defenseman on this team. Riley's good, but he's all over the place, and he makes mistakes. I want Brodie. I love Bob Rouses of the world. The guys who play defense. All right, fast forward. You're down 3-3. Still okay. Game on. You get a power play, couple chances, weird bounces, nearly go in. All right. You're starting the period 3-3. I'm thinking, why don't we just get a point? No, that's not what's going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. Again, I probably got excited when the third line went on. I thought Mikheyev, Kampf, and Engvall were decent. I thought, obviously, after the first period, and this is a proven fact, last 4 games, they play a good first period, and they stink the joint out. I thought Matthews, Marner Bunting created some chances. Nylander did get a breakaway off a Kerfoot play, but for the most part, the second line was bad. I thought Nylander was okay. I know Nylander's going to have the bad plus-minus too, but that's because he's with Kerfoot and Tavares, the passengers, in this game. I thought Nylander was okay. He made some nice plays. Obviously, the goal to Marner. He usually buries penalty or buries breakaways. He didn't. Engvall had a breakaway. Couldn't bury it. Okay. The fourth goal. Again, it's just they're due. They're getting out. You're due for a bad bounce, eh? The Leafs, you might be due for a bad bounce. You got outplayed by Vegas, you won. You got outplayed by St. Louis, you won. you're probably going to get a bad bounce against. And that's what happened on the fourth goal, just a deflection. Guy wide open, you might want to question this. But let's talk about the fifth goal. Fifth goal, you're on a draw. Tavares sort of half loses the draw. Okay. It goes back to the point. Liljegren got ran over by Kreider. Like, this is like... I know it was a one-on-one play. I know it's a one-on-one play. Okay? So Kreider destroys Liljegren and goes to the net. And because he destroyed Liljegren and Liljegren's laying on the ground, you don't react to it? You don't see Liljegren fell down. You just kind of just let Kreider go to the net, I guess. By himself. Because heaven forbid you put anyone there. No one reacts. No forward reacts to the fact, oh crap, Liljegren fell down. Oh crap. Okay, yeah, I know my responsibility, but I see this guy going to the net. Maybe that's the guy I want to take. Sandin, nice reaction. I'll cover the slot where no one is. Like, they don't practice this. They don't. Okay, if this happens, then do this. Yes, Liljegren shouldn't have got blown up, but where is this defensive coverage? And that one's on Campbell, I guess, too. After Campbell makes an amazing save. I think it was off Kreider, too. You just let Kreider go there. Kreider was laughing. You know what he was laughing like? He was laughing like when I used to play in the adult safety hockey league. I used to go to the front of the net. You'd take a beating in front of the net when we were younger. I got no skill. I'm just going to sit in front of the net and hope for the best. And all of a sudden I'm playing in this like beer league and no one's taking me in front of the net. I'm thinking this is the best ever. I'm just going to sit here and tap home rebounds and tip stuff. And no one's coming over and saying hi to me. This is fantastic. You laugh. Okay. I can play this game. This is pretty easy. That was Kreider's reaction. He was laughing. So, comments after. Keith's right. This team's soft. This team, you can talk about regular... I'm going to be the anti-Jim Mora. I'm not going to go, playoffs? No, I'm going to go, regular season. Who gives a shit? I don't care. You give me one person with this group of people that think they're going to win the first round. By the way, your opponent will either be Tampa Bay or Florida. John, you think they're going to win? Timmy, your thoughts? Unless Campbell stands on his head and makes a miracle performance. And by the way, Campbell's a good goalie, but he ain't God. The Leafs are going to lose. And they'll probably put it on Campbell because they put everything on Anderson. When the real problem is the defense. And that includes Justin Holl and Jake Muzzin. These are awful defensemen. You have Brody and no one else. You've got a potential in Sandin. You've got a potential in Liljegren. That's potential. You have no one else. So unless you can duplicate Brody 5 times, or bring in an actual defenseman who plays defense and understand, or have a forwards that understand if you're winning the game, you don't have to keep scoring goals. You can play defense. Winning a game 3-1 ain't bad. It ain't the worst thing in the world, especially on the road. What are you trying to put on the show for? The blame will be put on the defense. They'll be put on Biega, probably. He'll be the guy because he was on for he misplayed the first goal. Dermott, who got beat up for the first 2 goals. Liljegren for the turnover and then getting beat off the draw. Yeah, okay. Terrible plays. But where were the forwards? Where was the coverage? Where was the adapting? It's not there. This team, as compromised, has absolutely 0% chance. Zero. Old, what was that movie? Animals. 0.0 chance of winning a round in this playoffs, as constituted right now. I don't care what your stats. I don't care about your analytics. I don't care about any of that shit. Regular season. Who cares? Playoffs? Regular season? Playoffs? They're going to get destroyed. As currently constituted. There's time. I don't know how you can clone. I'm sure they cloned a bloody sheep. Maybe you can clone Brody another 3 goddamn times. I don't know. But you got to look on the market. You got to get creative. You cannot have Justin Hall or this defense or Muzzin getting anything more than 20 minutes. Maybe Hall and Muzzin are your third line defense and you hope for the best. But you need to fill out a shutdown. My favorite, Chris Cuthbert, called the shutdown pair, Hall and Muzzin. Again, Muzzin's been on for nearly 60% of the total goals against this year. That's a shutdown guy. Go after yourself, Chris Cuthbert. Watch a goddamn game. This game would have been no different if it was Muzzin and Hall in the lineup. What we needed was some forwards to actually participate in the defensive plays. Looking at you, Johnny T. I'm done. I think they play on Saturday.